DJOYBeat.com.
My name is Nikki Phoenix, and I do a lot of mainstream stuff for a lingerie company called Twala Intimates. Been on tons of covers for different glamour magazines. I lost a significant amount of weight, 120 pounds. I'm also in the movie 21 and Over. I was the topless chick getting chased by a bull. Nielsen and I actually met at Excess. He was spinning on Monday night and like their Monday night swim. And I just kind of like got up on stage and I was like, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, sure. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like behind the DJ booth of this DJ. And this is like right when I moved here to Las Vegas last year. And I got his number and we just kind of kept texting, and my manager and him kind of became friends too. I'm very musical. I've been singing since I was 5. I've been in 5 different choirs until I was 18. Nielsen just kind of wanted to kind of make music and become like a big DJ. And I sort of have that outlet for him to be able to write lyrics, because he said that was sort of his thing that he's not good at. So we got together and, you know, he kind of showed me a couple things that he liked, sort of this music and style that he was kind of going for. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I sat down and I was just thinking about, you know, my dog, which is kind of weird because my dog's name is Thor. And the song is, you know, called My Addiction. And it's about sex and love at the same time. And I'm like, oh, Thor, you're so cute. You're like a little hammer. And I'm like, oh my God, smack me with Thor's hammer. And I'm like, bolts of lightning coursing through my veins. So then it started making me think about sex and love, how they both kind of come together in that sort of shocking way. You know, just the song just talks about sex in a sort of symbolic lightning striking, like ocean of lightning and fire, you know, so, and water. I don't know, the whole like single is about that. And then Nielsen kind of put some European vibe and beats to it, kind of like dark house. You know, I actually have been raving since I was like 14. Well, I guess you would call it raving, but partying. I've been listening to EDM, well, yeah, since I was 14. My first party that I went to, I was with my ex-boyfriend in high school, and he was actually spinning there. And I remember it was like this warehouse out in the middle of like South Seattle, like just somewhere in a just warehouse. And you walk downstairs and it's just, there's not that many people. There's maybe like 100 people there in 3 different rooms, and everyone was just happy and jumping around. And I had my little go-go furry boots on with all my candy on my arms. And I don't know, it was an amazing experience. Everyone that in the raver sort of community, EDM community now that's really big, we're all kind of just like friendly and love each other. And it's not, I don't know, it's not like just going to a party or a rock concert where everybody's just angry and, you know, jumping around and thrashing. It's just happy-go-lucky, and I love it. Some of my favorite DJs and producers, definitely, I love Morgan Page. And I absolutely love Armin van Buuren, especially his new album. I'm just like, man, this is when, like, EDM first started. Him and Tiesto just sort of started the whole movement. And their music still today is just very inspiring. It's not like Skrillex right now, which I do like him too, but it's not that sort of deep, dark. They're just very kind of happy, trancy, a lot of violins and orchestras and flutes and just really, really pretty EDM. Those are some of my favorite guys. So hopefully, maybe someday I'll be able to work with them. So I am actually in the process of making an album. It's nowhere near finished, but I'm actually working on it with my dad. He has been doing music since as long as I can remember. There's actually a picture of me when I'm 3, him and I playing the bass together. You know, he was in several different rock bands, and you know, he makes tons of electronic music now with a electronic program. So him and I are collaborating. I have a ton of backlogs of just lyrics that I've written, and I have a ton of ideas. So we're just kind of putting it together. And then one of my other friends makes video game music for some of the bigger companies, and so I just talked to him, and we're starting to collaborate too. So. I'm not working with anybody big, but that's kind of not my thing. It's more if you're passionate about it, and you know, because it takes a big brain, not just one person to make all the music. You need a ton of different ears, a ton of different eyes. So, but the whole overall feel of it, I think, is about love and about sex and kind of just about life in general, because I've experienced a lot of life in my very small amount of years, you know, so it's kind of just going to be my passion, I guess. So I am based out of Vegas right now. I'm originally from Seattle, and I absolutely love it here. I moved here and I was like, oh my God, this is home. Like, it might be crazy on the strip, but I'm telling you, outside of the strip, it's not. It's small townsy, very quiet. Everyone's really nice. I don't know. It's just, I really love it here. And then, you know, the fact that you can go right to the strip. I don't live that far from it, so it's sort of like, oh, you want to go be crazy? Yeah, let's go and be crazy. Or if I don't want to, then I can just stay at home and I can see the strip from my house, and it's very pleasant. I like to go to Excess. I do love the Marquee as well. Encore Beach Club I just did the other day, and it's absolutely amazing. I think that's probably by far right now my favorite part of Vegas is the sun. But I don't know when it's 120 whether or not I'm gonna like it, I do love some really good restaurants. My favorite strip club is Palomino. I love Oscars, and I really want to check out Del Frisco's. There's some pretty awesome all-you-can-eat sushi places around here too. So I am in the process of writing a book. As I said, I lost a significant amount of weight, which is actually sort of how I got into the business. I lost 120 pounds, and my book is basically based off of how I lost the weight, all the trials and all the tribulations that I had to go through, how I got there from the time I was from a child till my young adult. All the hard work, because I did it with diet and exercise. It also has over 300 recipes of stuff that I put together, took apart, reconstructed, for people to know how to eat right. Because, in this society, we don't know how to eat right. And I had to teach myself, and losing that much weight and doing what I'm doing now, I can empower women and inspire men and women and everyone of all ages to eat right and look good and go, hey, she did it, I can do it too. And, that's sort of my motto, is that I want everyone to be inspired to do whatever they want to do and love themselves. So that's kind of what my book is about, and that's kind of how it prompted it, was losing all that weight, writing a book. I just released my Indian single. I've been on numerous covers for eye candy magazines like Got Curves. And then I'm also a spokesmodel for a car alarm company. I'm a spokesmodel for a lingerie company, Toilet Intimates. So there's a lot of mainstream stuff that I have going on. I was also in the movie 21 and Over. And I still have a lot of the projects in the way right now that's happening too, so I can't really talk about that. I think people should definitely watch out for my book. If you are struggling with weight or struggling with emotion or struggling with anything really that has to do with your self-image, my book is probably something you might want to just check out. Obviously my album, hopefully it'll be done by the end of the year, if not mid-year, depends on how quickly, because sometimes music can take a while, sometimes it can take really quickly, it just kind of depends, you never want to force it. And my lingerie line is coming out in September, so that's also something that women might want to, look, because the overall brand is about women in life stages and it changed. You can find me on Twitter. I will always respond. I love talking to my fans, so, it's all about you guys.